Do you want to lease more apartments? Ask better questions. Leasing, simply put, is about asking better questions. Given the chance, your prospects will tell you everything that you need to know in order to lease them an apartment. So what's getting in the way? To be blunt, you are. You're the reason your prospects don't show up for the tour. You're the reason your prospects don't return your emails. You're the reason your tours take longer than they should. You're the reason you don't close as many leases as you could. But don't get bummed out. I'm not being hard on you. I'm the reason I don't close all of my sales either. We need to ask better questions. Think about how expensive rent is. Think about how important a decision this is. Your prospects are going to have to go to bed in this apartment every night. They're going to wake up there every morning. They're going to have to build their life there. Now think about the questions you're asking them. What's your budget? How many rooms do you need? When do you need to move in by? If renting an apartment was as simple as finding something that's within your budget that has the right amount of rooms that's available when you need it, well, every single apartment community would look somewhat like a prison because all we need is cheap 4 walls with availability. The questions that you're asking right now do almost nothing to help your prospects help you lease them an apartment. If you simply just change the questions that you're asking, they're gonna help you close them on signing the lease. And while we're on the subject, even if we were asking better questions, most of us have not had the right training on how to be a better listener. We all need to get out of our own way. The challenge comes when you want to tell when you should be listening. Listening is really hard. There's a big difference between hearing and truly listening to your prospects. Have you ever been thinking about what you want to say before the other person stops talking? If you are, then you're not truly listening to them. If you're going to say what you want to say regardless of what the other person is saying, you can't be listening. If you are really listening to them, what you say next and the questions that you ask would have a direct connection to what the person just said. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here, what it means to not really be listening and asking the wrong questions. I just got off a coaching call with one of our Leasing University clients. We do these monthly coaching calls on Zoom with them. And we were doing phone training and we called some of their competing apartment communities. No less than 3 different times, I was asked questions about my budget. When do I need it? And for example, when those questions were asked on my budget, I said, your apartments fit within my budget. That's not really what's most important to me. And the leasing consultant on the phone just continued to say exactly what they were going to say. They never took the time to, whoa, hear what I just said. The price of the unit, the $2,400 for this 2-bedroom, is not what's most important to me. If they heard me, they would have said, okay, I've got it. What is most important to you, Matt? Yet they were simply trained to move right on to availability questions and start feature dumping around all of the things that their apartment community had to offer. All they had to do was pump the brakes and say, what is most important to you? And I would have told them, I would have helped them lease me an apartment. Listen, your prospects want to make this simple for you. They're not trying to make your job difficult, but in a lot of ways, we're asking the wrong questions, we're not listening, and we're talking ourselves right out of the lease. The way people rent apartments has changed. Today's renter has access to more information. Today's renter has more choices. The apartment industry needs you. Studies have shown that moving is the most stressful life event. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of leasing apartments in a way that's meaningful to you and your renters and get you 7 times more leases. I'll show you how the perfect leasing process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything, from answering the phone to closing the lease. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospect's wants and their needs so that you can build value in your apartments. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your renter so it's easy for them to rent with you. I've taught the best property management companies and thousands of people just like you how to lease apartments. Property management is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense. Even if you've never worked in sales or property management before. And for the advanced property manager, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Leasing University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective. We're gonna help you become a rock star in property management. I'm Easton, and this is Leasing University.